Okay, welcome again. We are now on lesson 14. On Django, lesson 14 is creating new apps. This is where I want to explain how to create new apps and the reason why we should create new apps in Django. Now I'm going to open this and then I'll read the notes together with you as I demonstrate how to do that. Creating new apps. Now, when you are dealing with Django, web development is very easy. This is because every activity is organized within a specific Django app so as to avoid confusion and congestion while coding. For example, when creating an e-commerce website, you need to have the main app, as we have already done in this project, and then you will add another app for managing products, which you may call that app the store app, where users are required to log in. You will create an app and call it accounts for managing all accounts that are registering and logging in. When you are dealing with the registering and logging in, you have a accounts app. So each app in Django performs a specific functionality in the website. In this project, we will start by creating the accounts app, and this is because I want to introduce something called super user and another one called admin interface. I also want to perform migration to test the database that I have just connected in the previous lesson. So this is the reason why I want to start with the accounts. So I'm going to create accounts app. So to create a new app, we follow the steps we did by creating our main app during the start of this project. In this case, we are going to use Visual Studio Code at the terminal. When you go to at the terminal, we will be typing python manage.py start app, then the name of the app, just as usual, and then we click enter to create that app. Then we go on direct to my site project urls.py and add the path of that account. Now let me open this project with Visual Studio Code, open with code as usual, so that you can demonstrate that, because I have just explained and you can see the notes on the screen. So once I explain with the notes on the screen, I just go and demonstrate that, because we are going step by step with our project until we complete this website. So we'll be typing python manage.py, then start up, and this project is loading, just opening, give it some time to load. So you can see terminal at the bottom here, and this terminal here has not completely loaded because the project is still opening. You have a terminal here, and then the terminal is still loading. There are some things that are supposed to show here where we'll be typing. Now you can see we have our main app, which you already created. Then we have the project, which is my site. So our main app contains various things that we already added there, views and urls.py. So the process of creating a new app in Django is just very simple. You come to the terminal when it's like this, then you type here python manage.py, then start up python manage.py. You space this one, start up, then the name of the app is accounts, and then when you click enter, this app accounts is going to be created. You can see it has already been created here, the accounts app. It has migrations and main.py, apps.py, models.py, test, views. When you compare with the main.py, the main app, you'll see that we don't have urls.py, because urls.py is not created by default when you create a new app. This one I explained in the previous lessons. So this is something that you should add here by right clicking on the accounts app, and then you go to new file. This file is supposed to be urls.py. You have to type it urls.py. The file extension is .py. It's a Python app. Then it's going to be like that. So that's a complete app now, because we'll be dealing with URLs and views, urls.py and views.py. So you must make sure that when you create an app, you create the urls.py file within that app. Then you go to settings. You're supposed to go to settings to register this app, and back to our notes here, you'll see there is this one here. We are saying under my site project urls.py and path for accounts as shown. So there are two things you are supposed to do to make sure that this app is connected well when you are dealing with it and the other apps. So you have to register this path here under the URLs of the project. You are supposed to type path. Then the first one we typed path, we put quotes, nothing within the quotes. Then include main.urls.urls. This one we are supposed to create, and then we type account slash within the quotes. Then include the account and .urls. So you cannot include URLs when you have not created URLs. That's why I've started by creating URLs. Then the other thing is that we will be also adding it to the installed apps. First we start by creating the URL pattern here, where we type path. So all other apps that we are going to be adding in future will follow this format. You'll type the name of the app slash, then outside the quotes you put a comma, then you include the URLs of the app into brackets. So you have to type correctly this syntax to avoid errors. So type, in this case we have accounts.urls. All apps will be added in this manner. So if we create another app, maybe we are making an e-commerce, we create another app, we call it the shop or the store app or the shop app. We will also come back here and add that app here. So make sure you save your work once done. So make sure you note this, that you're supposed to add the accounts slash to make sure that the path is functioning. The first one, which is the main, we did not put anything because that is the first app that is supposed to load in our project. So that is the main app. Now before we go to this, by doing this we have successfully created a new app. There's one thing that is remaining. There's one thing that is remaining here. So I need to go to settings.py. So before we finish with our lesson, this is what we are going to be talking about here. Before I finish about this lesson, before I explain this, I need to go back to the settings.py and then complete. Let me just adjust these notes here. Then before I complete this one, and as I'm supposed to complete registering this new app accounts in settings.py. Settings.py is found in my site settings.py. When you go to settings.py, go to installed apps and make sure you add it there. All apps that you create should be added here in this manner, into quotes, the name of the app, and then you put a comma at the end. So when you create another app, we'll add the URLs in the URL pattern, and then settings will register it into installed apps. So in web development, there are three main interfaces every developer must understand. That is the user interface, the admin interface, and the database interface. And the admin and database are performed in the backend. I will differentiate between the two in the coming lessons. So when you are dealing with the web development, you should read these notes carefully. When you are dealing with web development here, you should understand that there is a part that the users will be able to see, and then there is the part the part that the admin or the owner of the website is supposed to access, where he can delete users, he can delete some he has some permissions to do various things that normal users cannot do with the website. And then the database itself, there's the database itself, and that one we dealt with it. We talked about Postgres, how to create a database after installing PostgreSQL. That is the database, but we are not going to interact with that one anywhere. So we just be dealing with we are going to be dealing with the Visual Studio Code, and uh, the rest is when we create apps here, we create model.py. We'll be displaying them in the Django admin, and then super user or the admin can use the Django admin to perform actions to the database directly without going to PostgreSQL. Thank you, and see you in the next coming lesson, which is coming very soon. Thank you for following. I'll be bringing new lessons every now and then, so that we can complete this project together. Thank you.